What's going on? What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 19 of Bluntz, Coffee, and Tea. I'm your host, Loso, aka He Is Not the Father, and we got Nique. What's going on, Nique?
Yo, everybody. Hope you had a good 4th of July weekend.
I had a great 4th of July weekend. I grilled, ate a lot, and then took a lot of dookies afterwards. Yeah, it was
Ew.
terrible.
It kind of rained this weekend, though. It kind of like killed the vibe a little bit for me. Like,
Yeah, for up north, it definitely did rain. So, but I mean, this is cuddle weather. I like the rain. Not I appreciate the sun and all that, but good rain to be laid up with somebody never hurts nobody, right?
yeah, I guess if you got somebody.
And what? Anyway,
It got real depressing real quick.
Man, not gonna get into all that, but all right. So a lot of things happened this week, huh? Well, let's start with the biggest one. Bill Cosby getting released, right?
Yeah, it's the
You
only
got
thing we're talking about right now
you
because
got some tea
everybody's
on
talking
that,
about
right?
it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you do the tea real quick. Oh shit, that shit loud as a motherfucker.
Yo, I liked it. I like the energy. So, like I said, everybody's talking about it this past weekend. Like late last week, Bill Cosby was released after serving 3 years of a 10-year sentence for the drugging and sexual assault of Andrea Costin in 2004. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court threw out his 2018 conviction, which is when he got convicted for that sexual assault. They threw it out recently, and that is because basically the court didn't found that they did not uphold basically a promise that was made to him in 2005.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much why he got released, basically on a technicality. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's not guilty. What it just means is that he should not have been charged in the first place. And what it means is that he cannot be charged again, at least for the sexual assault of this particular woman.
So basically, for those that don't understand, since he pled out, right? Like there
Nah,
was some
what
there was some plea agreement.
basically what happened was his the then district court attorney at the time, Bruce L. Castor, which funny story is actually one of the people that's defending Trump right now in some of his lawsuits. But he basically said that he wasn't going to charge Cosby on the sexual assault in the agreement that he would testify in depositions for a separate lawsuit to Miss Constant for a civil lawsuit, basically for $3.38
Oh, so
million.
basically he settled. Since he settled out of court, that he couldn't get convicted. Like they couldn't bring that charges against him because he pretty much paid out.
Basically, they said that they were going to charge him for the sexual assault if he appeared for the also civil law case, which would have got her $3.38 million. But basically,
Did she get the money though?
she got the money.
All right then. So,
And so basically he got promised he wouldn't be charged if he showed up there, and by showing up there, he basically made like statements that were incriminating. Right? And so Castor, the attorney, is saying like he did that at that time in order for him to not plead the fifth. I guess in the idea that it would be a stronger civil case if he actually turned up and testified.
all right, so I'm gonna break something down for y'all, especially for the people that's never been locked up before and never had to deal with the courts. I'm gonna tell you like this. Personally, too many people coming out saying that they got raped by Bill Cosby. I don't know. I gotta side with the women on that aspect of it, right? Because there's just too many. So I can't be up there and be like celebrating like some people are celebrating this shit like it's a big victory. We don't know. Like I said, it's a lot of women. People think just because somebody's a celebrity that they get all the pussy they want. Believe it or not, there are women that will knock down a celebrity. And, some celebrities really can't take that shit. I know motherfuckers that are not celebrities, but are just the type of guys that feel like they can get any woman they want. And then when that woman don't give them no time of day, some of them can't accept rejection. But I don't know that man. And only him, that lady, and God know went on in all those rooms and those
Well,
situations.
I mean, it's like the fact was he made incriminating statements that basically corroborated with her story of
Yeah,
what happened to her
but the
in
point,
this civil case.
yeah, but the point I was about to get to that, and that really don't mean shit. There's plenty of times where a motherfucker has to, if they're giving you an offer, right? If they're giving me an offer, and my first offer is 30 years, and then they go, you know what? We'll just give you parole, right? If you just admit that this is you. Now in your heart, you ain't do it, right? There's plenty of situations where a motherfucker they'll get somebody for one charge, but really it's not even the charge they did. And just so something could stick, because the prosecutor has to get a win, the lawyer wants to win, everybody wants to win. That's the one thing people need to understand in court. Everybody wants to win. Nobody wants to feel like a loser, and that's why so many people take plea deals. All you have to do is just look at the statistics. You could Google it yourself. I'm not making none of this up. Most people plea out.
So you think like he
Whether
was told to say what he said in the civil case?
Yeah, if even if I didn't take the pussy, right? If I'm famous, I got millions of dollars, and I know they're gonna gun for me, right? Even though I know I didn't take the pussy, I'm gonna plead out and say whatever they're gonna say, because all I gotta do is just give $3 million, then I'm gonna do it. That's why I'm saying, from as a side of somebody that's been in the court system, knows how it works, knows how it can run people in. You know, I especially you're black and brown. Like, I have to look at it on that end, because and I'm not trying to be, no, I don't know what the words to say. I don't want to be like politically correct about the whole situation, but at the same time, the reality of it is just that, like, it's not a fair system, not like how people think it is, and so
I mean, but that's what Bill Cosby is saying, because basically they promised him that they weren't going to charge him for criminal charges if he just basically, show up for these depositions on the civil case, pays the money, and then another district attorney shows up after that and then charges him for the criminal case. He gets convicted in 2018 for a 10-year sentence, and I guess at that point he's trying to get the appeal in, and that's when the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania basically overturned the conviction, saying that what he was promised before was legally binding, and therefore he should have never been charged for the criminal charges against him for the sexual assault of this woman. And that's why he got released.
well, I mean, my still my stand still stands, basically, because, like I said, it's just, man, I don't want to get too deep into it, because this
I
ain't
feel
that
like
type of.
you're just
I just feel like this just ain't the type of podcast for that, right? So
yeah.
I'm just not really, y'all smoking with us, vibing. I'm not gonna make this a whole big thing about Bill Cosby. This is not gonna be the Bill Cosby episode. We only like to talk about what's trending. So while you at work and everything, we can talk about, like, if we there with you, just like, water cooler talk, as they say in in the corporate world and shit. But I'm gonna just say this. My stance, Nique, I don't know what your stance is, but my stance is like this. You know, I don't, I never believed in, how they say innocence until proven guilty.
Mm.
Like, I really believe in that. I really believe you are innocent until proven guilty. Society does not believe in that shit. Does not believe. I don't care if you're on the left or on the right. Society does not believe in innocent until proven guilty. As soon as motherfucker get whiff of something, they want to hang somebody for it. And so, especially in these type of situations. So, like I said, don't know the man. Don't know the. I wasn't there. All I know is how the law works. I know how the law works for certain type of people. And all I'm saying, on that aspect, is just that I'm glad that he got freed. If he really did something, karma is going to catch up to him. These type of people always going to think they're invincible. Eventually, he will get stopped. You know, I just don't know. Like, I don't know.
I feel like basically Fat Joe got some like people coming after him because he did a live video basically starting the way you started, right? Fat Joe did a live and just was just like, yo, there's too many women claiming that he did what he did. And he was like, and I'm not saying like females don't lie, like there aren't people that lie about this, but he was like, out of the 50, even if you said like 30 of them lied or 20 of them lied, right? Like the rest, there's got to be some truth there, right? And so people just came for him after that. And then Felicia Rashad, right? Mm-hmm. His co-host, basically said in a tweet, the last piece of what you said, like finally, a right has been wrong kind of thing. Everybody came after her, and then she did like another follow-up tweet saying, you know, this is not to diminish the voices of basically these women and how they felt, and I'm not against, like, you know, I believe women and what they're saying in general. She said that in general. Basically, she saved face, but I feel like everybody's on that side, right? Like, on either of those sides. Like, really glad that he got exonerated if, in fact, you know, legally, the courts didn't do what they were supposed to do, which is basically what happened, right? That's what the Supreme Court found, that people in the lower courts didn't do what they were supposed to do. He had a legal binding agreement that basically got overlooked, and he got 10 years worth of prison. If you remove why that happened, right, what the case was, if you just hear that, then you would see why Felicia Rashad tweeted what she tweeted, why some people feel the way they feel, right? Put the story back in, there you get why Fat Joe's saying what he's saying. Where it's like, this man is guilty and basically shouldn't be let go on a technicality.
I just don't like, you know, I seen some of the shit that was said to Fat Joe, and I hate when people just, yo, the internet just got,
life,
yo, I just hate that the internet just want to bring race and want to divide people that quick. And I'm just letting the internet know, like, you know, y'all the reason why this country fucked up. And I'm talking about everybody's side. Left, right, middle, black, white, Spanish. Y'all the reason why this country go to shit and some other country is going to take us over. Y'all don't understand history. All great empires crumble within. And it starts to crumble with division. And it started. And I'm not no conspiracy theorist, none of that crazy shit. I know history. I read history. I like history. We're literally redoing the same bullshit all other, you know, big superpowers back in their days are doing. We're dividing ourselves. Just about all the comments coming down him, you know, now all of a sudden he ain't black enough, or, you know, talk about the shit or this and that. That shit mad corny. He from the hood, I'm from the hood. Let me tell you, son, at the end of the fucking day and shit, 50 women, not all of them wrong. You really think that you on some other shit, plain and simple. And maybe you the one on some racist shit because you not looking at it. Yes, the system is not fair to people of color, especially black men. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Let's get that shit out the way right the fuck now and everything. But that don't mean we're going to keep giving passes to these creeps. That don't mean we're going to keep giving passes to a motherfucker that wants to be a child molester or a motherfucker that rapes women. You can't do that. That's not fair. It's not fair to those women because not all those women were white. And it shouldn't matter what color it was, but I'm going to just say that again. Not all the women were white. Some of them did look like you, like us. So, you know, not all of them was lying. I'm not running with that. I'm going to side with Fat Joe on that. Not all of them was lying. I don't think people...
Which I feel is like basically all he was saying. He didn't say much else. He was just like mad at the fact that basically a rapist is walking free. Like he was like, I believe that they can't all be liars. That was the statement he was making.
I wouldn't even, man. A lot of these stars, that's how you know they really soft. I wouldn't even respond to half these people if I was on that level of stardom. And nobody could tell me shit. I know me. I wouldn't even respond. I know me, and my opinion is my opinion. You don't like it, you don't have to watch the show. You don't have to like. There's a lot of people's opinions on the internet. I don't watch this shit. I'm not gonna stop them from saying what they want to say because this is America. Everybody's got free speech. But, you know, I don't got to listen to it. Cause scroll up. You don't like the viewpoints here? There's other types of viewpoints, other different... That's the great thing about podcasts, is you can find what fits you best. You don't necessarily have to agree with me. You I have to agree with Nique. I try to get everybody's different viewpoint as much as possible. But this, the reaction to the Bill Cosby shit is just corny to me. Just straight up corny.
But I feel like it's only a handful of people that's like anti him being out, and like everybody.
That's the
like,
sad part.
Is like so excited that he's out,
and
that he's been exonerated. Like it's just like.
I mean, see, I'm just in the middle. I'm not, and I feel like everybody should just really be in the middle. Right. I don't feel like you, especially if you're a person of color, if you're a black or brown person, you should just be happy that justice was served for one of ours. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, justice needed to be served. The law's the law. It works for white people. No offense, white people, all the time in their favor. The same has to be with all other races. So that part, I'm happy for the man. But for everybody, like this is a big victory, and like making it seem like he and I get it, and is the next part of the show that I wanted to talk about. Dating dating somebody with kids and shit, whether you're a man or a woman, having to be a role model to somebody that's not even yours. And Bill Cosby was a lot of people's role model, especially in the hood. So not just for black people.
You think that's why like everybody's so excited? Is about like
because it's just like because so many people are holding on to him being a good dad. Like all I remember growing up in Brooklyn was watching Bill Cosby, and was just like that was the quintessential Brooklyn family, New York family. Like damn, like they got money. I want to be like the Cosbys. And then Bill Cosby was always that dad that my dad didn't talk to me. My dad was running the streets and shit. When he was real young, and as he got older, he was never the type of man to like actually talk. He wasn't a talkative person. So when I would see Bill Cosby and see how he would act around his kids and how caring he was and shit, I was just like, damn, I want to be a dad like that. And I'm sure, little black kids growing up around my way thought the same exact thing. So now we're older. Now we see that this man that we, thought idolized. Idolized. At least we got him. And then that's taken away from you. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So I understand, how that shit affects, people of color. Like I get it.
But like at what cost? At the price of like people who came forward about their victimization, which is like basically what Andrea Constance said, right? Like this is going to make other women fearful of coming forward. And telling their story. Basically, it's gonna make them feel like there's no such thing as justice for them.
But I hate. No offense, Nique. I hate when women say that. The court system is all in women's favor.
Especially,
really? Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so in rape cases.
I mean, hell yeah. As soon as somebody cries rape, the motherfucker gets locked up. Especially black. Now, for white men, it's different. But as soon as a black or Latino person is convicted of rape, he's automatically sentenced. I was in the jail system. I was in the prison system. I've been to, and this is not something I'm proud of, but I've been to more than one different type of jail in a different type of state. And it's always the same. When you look at rape cases, DV cases, it's nothing but black and Latinos locked up. But you look at the statistics that get reported, it's the complete opposite. So you ask, answer me this, Nique. How does that math add up?
It's complete opposite. What you saying?
Meaning that white people, like there's more. If you look at like call-ins, like 911 call-ins for domestic violence, it goes white and then everybody else in terms of calls that get caught. But convictions of rape and domestic violence are higher for black and Latinos.
But that's because the court system is rigged for black and Latinos. But that still diminishes. That basically proves my point. It doesn't always work for women. It depends on which women it is and who they're accusing. But I'm speaking for all women. It don't always work. And I think like it's not even just the court system. It's just like the process of doing that. The process of accusing someone is just hard. And then you have to deal with like everybody else who, like you said, society be your judge and jury outside of the court system. Because even if the court found somebody guilty, there's always going to be those people that want to make you feel guilty for putting somebody behind jail, behind bars.
Because I hate to say it, a lot of rape cases don't be rape cases. A lot of rape cases be females be drinking, and then they don't want their boyfriend to find out and shit. I had a whole guy that got locked up, lost his scholarship, everything. He was fucking with some girl, and because that chick got drunk and sucked his dick, I hate to be this graphic, and sucked his dick, and her boyfriend found out, and to keep that relationship going, she screamed rape. He went to jail, everything. She recanted her statement, said, nah. Still, he was already locked up, lost everything. You know how many times that shit happened?
I mean, but I don't think that happened as many times as somebody is raped and it be actual facts.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
But the thing is that based on that improbability, based on the fact that that sometimes happens, right? It makes it feel like it makes every time somebody says something that their word is doubted. And that's the shit that's
I just don't believe. I feel like that's just an illusion women create. You call right now, even you being a black woman, you call being listen. If you call right now and say I raped you, I will get locked up. I will be arrested right the fuck now.
Right.
That's a fact.
You of a crime.
You should be arrested. So if I accuse you of rape, you think you're going to jail? Be 100% real. You think you're going to jail?
Listen.
No. Yes or no? If I call right now and say you raped me, are you going to jail? Yes or no? Do you think?
Don't
know. No. What do you
be.
think? What do you think though? Honestly.
I mean, how many men are actually doing that?
What? See, this is the shit I be talking about.
Honestly, I think the police will come. Yes.
All right. You see how long that
you
took?
Call 911.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that the police are gonna arrest you. You believe that the police are gonna arrest you if I say you raped me? You think they gonna put handcuffs on you if I say you raped me? They're not. You go ahead and you say I raped you. They're not gonna. They don't care. They don't see no marks on you. They don't. I'm going to jail. You say I hit you. I'm going to jail. You don't gotta need no marks. I say you hit me. I need to look like I was fucked up.
Well, that much I will agree with.
Because there is a double standards to this shit. So when women act like it's on our side, maybe for white men, but I don't know, looking at me and where I'm from, how that shit benefits me. How that benefit Bill Cosby, if we want to keep it real. Because, I've been in hella scenarios, not for nothing, shout out to my white girls, where all I did was yell at a white chick and 20 police cars come surround me for yelling. So all that bullshit about, this being...
But that's because that reaction is because of how many women have actually gotten shit beaten out of them.
Okay, and that's all fair.
Never did nothing. And because we had whole laws that protected men from beating people they were in relationships
You're absolutely right.
And that's why...
Back in the day.
But I feel like that's just the legal system trying to right a wrong.
This is why we'll never get nowhere in life, man. I don't think humanity will ever go to Mars. Fuck off. We're gonna blow each other up. Because we can't we just want to keep looking at negatives and negatives. Yo, the law, what it is now for women, for what it was back then, is night and day.
Right. As
night
it should
and day.
Be.
All right.
As it should be.
And nobody's disagreeing with that. But you're sitting here, and we could rewind this shit back. You were just sitting here acting like women don't have no rights and shit.
I'm not acting like women have no rights. That the law is designed to protect men. It's designed to set up.
But you just said it was designed to protect men, and I'm saying, well, what men are we protecting?
I didn't say it was designed to protect men. I just disagree with you that the court system is always in favor of women. That was what I disagreed on. We can go ahead and rewind since you somehow got full graphic memory now.
I don't know. All I'm saying
You made that statement. I said I disagreed that you went on a whole rant.
Talk about this shit. You went on this whole rant.
I didn't go on no rant, nigga.
All I'm
when
trying,
do I go on
All
rant?
I'm trying to say is, man, I don't want women to think I'm not on their side. I'm on y'all side. I'm definitely on y'all side. But y'all know that not all women are the same. Not all women are good, but we paint every woman, in the same box, because we have to protect them.
So what you're really mad is that the system is set up to innocent until proven guilty for women, but it's not like that for men.
Exactly.
That's what you're really
exactly
upset about.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers say that.
All right. Well, I've been saying it. You're just not listening. I'm just saying because you making it seem like.
You just said that in plain words because I said that's what you're trying to say.
Anyway.
with the
listen,
hands.
I'm not.
With the hands, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, because I'm not gonna.
I'm that's what you're really upset
I'm not
about.
gonna keep going back and forth on it. Like anybody that's from the hood or understands anything about law knows exactly what I was talking about from the rip. That the law is not designed to protect men as much as women make it seem. Because if that was the fucking case, as soon as you would call and say I got hit, I would not get arrested. Maybe it's different. Maybe white man. I'm not a white guy. I don't know. I can only look at the eyes of being a minority, being from the hood and shit, and just know that I can't even raise my voice at a certain level in public without a cop that's near coming up.
That has anything to do with men of color, and that I don't disagree with.
But again, I can only speak from that point of view.
That I don't disagree with you on that.
And it doesn't work in our favor. The court system doesn't work in our favor.
It doesn't work for men of color at all. It doesn't.
Period.
The legal system does not work for you, period. It is designed for you to not win.
But anyway, I don't want to get all political. I hate getting political with shit like this.
It's not political. Everybody's just talking about it.
Yeah.
So
but
us talking about it ain't political.
Yeah, I just don't want to, I don't want to be in... Because I really hate both sides.
This is a fucked up situation either way.
I just hate that, people... I don't even like Fat Joe. I just hate when people... The way they came at him for
they came at his whole life, his career, everything.
And then,
For Bill Cosby.
And then for his soft ass, Bill
Cosby was in a show to even have to explain
himself. That's how you know who's really, really built for this type of shit, who's not. And you gotta... Sometimes you gotta... These are internet people, man. These are just trolls. People are gonna troll you. The more famous you get, the more trolls you're gonna get and shit. And you gotta know how to separate that shit, man. I don't listen to half the shit on the internet. I be having some stupid people DM me all the time, and I just ignore the dumb shit, man. Cause it's just one thing I've learned real quick is let this shit roll off on you. It's like if I'm playing a game online and somebody's talking mad shit, nigga, motherfucker, all the way in Afghanistan, wherever the fuck he at, in whatever mom's basement he at, and shit, I can't get to him. Can't do nothing. There's no reason why I should let that shit get to me.
What I love about people like that is that they feel so entitled to their opinion, but the people that they're coming after are not entitled to theirs.
And that's what I hate.
I was like, what makes you feel entitled to say whatever you want to say about Fat Joe, but Fat Joe can't say what he wants to say? That's the shit that gets me.
That shit just kills me.
But I feel like that you talked about that before. I feel like that's the shit that happens to celebrities, right?
Yeah.
It's like they say something about anything controversial, and it's just the whole internet tells them they don't have the right to say anything. At the end of the day, they're still humans. They still have a right to
The shit that gets me is that they feed into that shit. A lot of this rap beef right now with these young motherfuckers is because you got people feeding into these trolls. Mm-hmm. These people, man, this shit be funny. It really be funny how people let that shit get in their mind. Even Cardi B was notorious for it. She would go into all these depressions because she would read all this shit of people, man. Motherfuckers, whether you white, whether you black, Chinese, when you get successful, everybody's gonna hate you because now you're rich. Now you can have whatever you want, and they have a shitty ass life. So some people just can't get over that.
Right.
And so therefore they'll feel better if they can feel like they can get to you.
People do that with regular people, though.
But that's exactly my point. If you're a popular person...
If you just have something nicer than somebody else, they feel the need to talk shit about you. Man, or you have a little bit of success.
Man, I don't even got 100 subscribers yet. My motherfuckers stay talking shit. I don't listen to none of that
Because
shit, man.
that's because people envy other people who are successful in any way or did the thing. I think it like has everything to do with like they went and did the thing you thought was impossible.
It's just mad corny, man. Anyway,
Anyways,
we
that's
off
what's
that shit.
happening.
Yeah. Fuck. You listen. Fuck Bill Cosby. Shout out to him for winning.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Like
Fuck that whole shit. Period.
pretty much. But you know, the law. I love when the law works the way it's supposed to work. And the fact of the matter is, you may not like the man,
Right.
but at the end of the day, we gotta make sure that the law works for every fucking body and not just for certain people.
Which is why it's important that motherfuckers who are attorneys do their job well. That's why it's important.
So that's the moral of the story, kids. Make sure that we just want to make sure that the law works for everybody.
Everybody.
Period. Man, woman, gay, I don't care. I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But what we need to do as a whole, and if you part of this Bluntz, Coffee, and Tea family, you always need to understand everybody's opinion is welcome. Everybody's opinion can be heard. Anybody has, a lot of
America.
Fucking, that's what
America.
That's what you get for immigrant. That's right. It is America. Oh, by
That's,
the way,
that's the benefit of
happy
being
4th of July for all the Americans. For all the Americans. Shout out to y'all and everything. You don't like America? Fuck you. I love America. Obviously, look.
But that's a right?
Yeah.
I just said that because it's true. You are entitled to your own opinion in America. That's not true for other places.
Yeah, a lot of people, you don't travel. Like me and Nique, we traveled outside this country. A lot of people take a lot of shit from here for granted, man. Just the fact that we can even do this and I can say suck a dick, who the president again? Biden.
Wow. And you're American. Yeah. You don't know who the president is?
It's the weed. Anyway.
It's
but
the
fact,
weed, nigga.
Listen, the fact that I can say, the fact that I could say fuck Biden and not have to worry about the door getting kicked down and getting sent to some camp and shit like they do in China. Like, I really appreciate that shit. I love America. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of problems. This shit was built on racist shit. Well, not for nothing. Show me a country that wasn't built on blood and fucking,
war.
War and fucking, what's the other shit called? Genocide. Not a fucking empire. Regardless of what color, didn't go through that shit. We just gotta just treat everybody like a human being. Nobody's better than nobody. But this still is the best fucking country in the world. Literally. It's like the best country to be in. I wouldn't want to be nowhere else. So happy America. Happy birthday, America. Whatever the fuck they call that shit. I love it.
It's Independence.
Independence Day, whatever. Happy 4th of July. I'm American. I don't need to know that.
What you mean you're American? You don't need to know what you celebrate the 4th of July
I just know we gotta celebrate it for America. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know nothing else. I just know this America's birthday. I think we beat the British or the France or both of them.
Oh my God. I hope you cut this bullshit out.
both of them was in there too. Man, I know my history. I seen Dances with Wolves. Wait, I think that was the Civil War. Whatever, say shit. God bless America. And nowhere else.
Yo, that whole rant was definitely American.
Fucking love it, man. I don't care what anybody says. I love being Puerto Rican. I just, I love being in this country. I'm not going to shit on this country like everybody else be.
But you were born here, right?
Yeah, I was born here.
So you're American.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Your culture and background,
everything
is Puerto Rican.
And even if I wasn't born here, I still would love it. Why would you not love America? What's not to love about America other than all the crazy shit that's going on?
Other than the obvious crazy stuff that's going on.
But what country don't got that shit going on? I don't know a single fucking country that ain't dealing with this shit. That's the shit I realized once I started traveling outside the country. I was like, man, when you turn on the news and other countries, it's the same shit they dealing with. Same exact shit. Same bullshit politics. Same bullshit racist shit. It might be different people. Some places don't have black people. They have, well,
You
black
stepping in a
Americans.
dangerous place
It's like
right now.
Africans or gypsies or Arabics. They talk shit
You're going
about.
in a dangerous direction right now.
How? I'm just saying.
Because that makes it seem like, oh, because other countries are dealing with similar type shit, then what's happening here doesn't make it wrong.
Man, you see, this is what I'm talking about. I got a troll right next to me.
Listen,
Impressions.
impressions.
You
still have to understand the magnitude of what you're saying.
You know,
regardless of if you can say whatever you want, you still have to understand that.
Man, y'all can suck a dick. I'm not gonna explain my motherfucking self to no internet. I'm just not. Y'all can suck a dick. You don't get what I'm saying. I'm gonna say this one more time in English, so everybody can understand.
What was that English for?
One thing that I realized leaving outside this country is I really used to hate this country. I used to hate it because of the racist shit or the stupid politics of the division. And when I left to other countries and realized that they had the same politics, the same division, but not the same way of American life, it made me come to appreciate America a little bit more. That America, whether white people certain white people like it or not, or certain other people like it or not, this is a place, the only place in the world that has come together from people of different backgrounds, of all over the place, to build one fucking country. That's a beautiful fucking thing. If there was no black people in this country, this country would not be how it is. If there was no white people in this country would not be the same country. If there was no Latin people in this country would not be the same country. And that's what all y'all need to understand. Everybody has made this country what it is today. This is just as much as black people's America as it is white people's America. That's my whole fucking point. My point is I've come to appreciate this country more, and I just wish everybody else did. Instead of trying to do that trolling shit you just did.
What you mean?
And shit, like making me have to do.
I thought you were gonna explain it though.
I'm not. That's as far as I'm explaining myself.
Well, that was like, guys, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, right?
Fuck yeah. Anyway, let's get on
your
with
own
this shit.
feelings.
Yeah, man, 'cause that shit be mad corny, man.
Oh my god.
You mad corny for that. That's how I really
Listen,
feel like
words have impressions.
I'm
I
just
was
saying
just
you
letting
mad
you know,
corny
my
for that. That's
nigga.
some troll shit.
That's not no troll shit.
Yeah,
I'm
that's some
telling
really troll
you.
shit.
I
You try
said
to
that
bait
shit
shit
to your face,
You
nigga.
saying-
I
yeah.
said tread lightly
And I'm
in
telling
the
you in your
direction that
face.
you are going.
And I'm telling you in your face, you did some troll shit. That's some
not
troll
no
shit.
troll shit.
Yeah, because there's no reason.
Because words don't have impact.
Hold on.
Words don't got impact. Go ahead, turn my shit off like you always do. Because you like to censor my voice. Go ahead. That's some troll shit you just did. You stay do that. You don't like something that I say, you gotta put me on mute.
You're damn right, because first of all,
I'm about to fuck up your whole shit over there.
You can go make the Nique podcast.
I'm about to turn your shit off too, nigga. Which one of these buttons is it?
I see the weed has gone to you. I see you
that shit made me bold.
You get a contact
I feel bold, nigga.
You feel bold because you know you in the wrong because I'm calling your ass a troll. You think just because you said it right here, shit, it means something. You fucking up the whole show.
I don't think you know what a troll is.
We were supposed to talk about. I know what a troll is. You did some troll ass shit. You try to bait.
Well, fuck
you try to bait
nigga. It's America. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. It's America. You just went on a 30-minute rant about what rights I got here.
All right.
Here we
go. Say your rights.
I have the right to my opinion.
But you're Jamaican. You don't have no rights in this country.
I'm a naturalized citizen, motherfucker. I paid $2,000 to talk my shit. I'll talk my shit.
Just know, but you know you can't get deported. Just so you know, it ain't there. You are.
Listen, Loso.
You're harassing a patriot.
Listen, Loso. Out of the both of us, I don't think I'm who they gonna kick out this country.
Anyway,
let's keep it 1,000. I don't think it's gonna be me, nigga.
Point being, you did some troll shit. All
whatever.
Right, on to the next subject. She did some troll shit.
Whatever.
Comment down below on Blunt's tube or where the fuck else can they do this shit?
Oh, you need the trolls help now.
Anyway, you comment on YouTube. Fuck everywhere else. Or if you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, DM us. I'm gonna put a poll up there and say who you think was right. Was Nique troll? Was she not trolling just now and shit?
Oh
And let
my
me know. I
God.
know she was
He
trolling. She
gonna
did some
forget to put
troll.
the poll up, guys.
She doing some. I'll probably go forget the poll. So that way, make
I was
sure.
just looking
Listen.
at. You see what
Make sure
happens
y'all
when you
comment
look
on
out for
Bluntz too.
somebody.
Listen, make sure y'all comment on Bluntz too, and let me know like
You
how
see
y'all
what
feel about
happens.
this shit.
You see what
I don't
happens
care
when
if
you
y'all
look out
want,
for somebody.
cause she did some trolling ass shit.
You see what
I
happens
ain't need
when
you
you
to look out
out
for me.
That's why
man.
you can't have niggas back out here. You can't. You can't. This is that shit right there. This is why. This is why we don't like you niggas.
This shit ridiculous.
Said that shit nice as hell, right, y'all? I was like, yo, tread lightly, because, you know, some people out here are going to say, like, da-da-da-da, and then somehow I'm a troll for that. Somehow. I was just looking out for a nigga. Make sure nobody came for you in the comments saying that, you know, you diminishing how others feel. Like, that shit don't make it right. I was just trying to tell you what niggas would do out here. And now I'm a troll for that. That's cool.
Man,
That's
and
cool.
all those people on the
That's
internet
cool.
can suck
I'll
a
be
dick.
the bad
They can
guy.
suck a dick. I don't
You
care.
need a
They gonna
bad
say,
guy like me. So you can point your fucking
Yo, what's
fingers
wrong
and
with
say,
her?
that's
Man.
the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy, Loso. It's fine. It's fine.
I need another co-host. I don't know. Man.
It's because G's not here to balance me out.
I'm just saying, like this shit is it's ridiculous.
This is why we need
Listen.
two other people just to balance me out. Balance you out. Everybody tired of hearing your rants, thinking.
Man, you did some. I had a rant. You did some trolling ass shit just now. Anyway,
Anyways,
let's get to what we were supposed to talk
Toxic.
about.
Well,
Before you started doing all this toxic shit. All right. The whole point, like, with the whole Bill Cosby, him being a dad role model, was to talk about, you know, whether or not if you ever dated somebody with kids, how that shit was, or I know, you know, all your friends got kids and shit, like, you know, how is it like juggling dating, and, you know, I never realized dating so many women with kids, just how, like, you know, that role model figure, if there was no father in their life, like, really meant a lot and shit. It's like, you know, from a man's point of view, it's really the most difficult thing. But at this age, like, you know, 90% of the women you go to date are gonna have kids. And sometimes I don't think, you know, the women with kids really understand how difficult it is for the man.
mm-hmm.
And, you know, what type of role he fits in, you know, in the dynamic. You get what I'm trying to say? It's just like, you know, I'll give you a perfect example, right? I've been dating Shorty for like, let's say I've dated Shorty for like 6-9 months a year. Start meeting the kid, like really start meeting the kid and shit, right? Now, you know, I know that's not my kid. You know, at least for me personally, the way I approach the situation, it's not my kid. I don't try to discipline no kid. When it comes to buying stuff for the kid, I'm a firm believer the kid could never get more than what I give my own actual kid. So, like, you know, that's not, you know, I feel like unless I'm really with that person, living with that person, then it's different. Then, you know, I'm gonna take more of a, you know, male role in the situation, but still not a father role. Just more like, you know, help out, you know, such and such. But I try to keep my distance. Oh man. Anyway, I don't know why the fuck that shit had just happened. Anyway, I try to keep my distance from getting too close, like really, really too close, because you know, I've been in situations where, like, you know, I broke up with the chick, and then, like, I just don't lose a chick, I lose a whole family pretty much. Because, you know, I got so close with that person's kid. So there's that. Then there's just like how we gotta wait, like, especially for a guy, like, we have to wait for you to get a babysitter, or we have to wait for the person to go to sleep just to have alone time with you. That's cool, you know, charge it to the game. But what I think women fail to realize, just how much just that alone takes a lot for a male because that's not my kid. It's one thing if it would be my kid, and you have to do all this time and take all this time for this kid. This shit's not even mine. It's not even. It didn't come from my balls, and I have to sit here and I have to deal with all this bullshit. Deal with the kid being bad. I have to deal with me not seeing you when I want to see you because you gotta wait for a babysitter. You gotta do this or that, or wait for the baby dad to pick him up and all this other shit. And that takes a lot. And I think one thing, I don't feel like men really express that a lot. I think men talk about it amongst other men, but when it comes to talking about the woman, like to women about it, I think the reason why a lot of men don't really want to talk about it because they don't like anything that can fuck them up from getting the pussy or to continue to get the pussy.
What's the point of talking about it though?
I mean, there really is no point. Really,
right. Like,
really,
why does he need to express that?
I mean, it's just like...
What is it going to change? Her
nothing.
kids aren't going to go away?
Nothing. I just think women just don't understand.
What, you want some empathy for
No,
that?
I don't want no fucking empathy. I just want women to understand that shit's not easy for a guy. Like, it's just not. Like, women just be like... Women act like they're just this great catch. And that like guys come with all this fucking baggage. If you come with kids, you come automatically with baggage. Period.
That's true.
You come with baggage because that's just not mine. I didn't make that with you. That's the definition of baggage. You're breaking stuff that doesn't belong to me with you. So now I'm in your world and you have all these kids, right? Whether it's 1, 2, 3, you have these kids. They come first. Me as a guy, most men, we understand this. We're not complaining about that. What I'm trying to say is what we complain about is that women don't acknowledge that. Women act like
our baggage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's their kids though.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna see it like I'm bringing stuff.
Yeah, well, they should though. I feel like a lot of relationships would got saved if they would come with that mentality, understanding that. And I feel like there are women out there that do understand that, and they seem to be more successful in the dating field than the ones that don't understand that concept. Like I look at my female friends, the ones that really understand that their kids are baggage and know how to maneuver the V, versus the ones that be like, oh, whatever, they're my kids. That I love. Yeah, they're your kids. Yes, you're gonna love them. But how you gonna expect somebody to put the same love and effort that it doesn't belong to? You can't expect that. And some women really legit expect that and expect you to be understanding. Have you dated
women like that?
Absolutely. I've dated plenty of women like that. I've dated women that will not buzz when it comes to their kids, right? I'd expect that. You mama bear, you gotta take care of the kids. A guy like me doesn't complain about stuff like that. What I started to complain about is when, let's say I want to see you, right? And I can't see you because you can't find a babysitter, right?
Right.
And so, you're just like, okay, I can't find a babysitter. It is what it is. So I'm like, all right, whatever, we'll try again another time, no problem, right? So then, or I come, so then we set something up again. You can't find a babysitter, right? So now I'm just like, here's a shorty over here. She can find a babysitter all the time. I'm going that route. Now you mad. You mad at me. You paint me as the bad guy because I don't understand.
She should be mad though. Unpopular opinion, like you should be dating. Because you still have to put energy into that. You still got to put energy into that. And if you're just not at a point or prepared for that, then you really can't be mad at a dude. Especially if he don't got kids that he has to maneuver around.
A lot of guys cheat for just that reason alone. I'm not going to get back into the reason why guys cheat. I swear to God, not every guy cheats for a lot of different reasons. Not all men cheat. But like a lot of men I'm talking to a lot lately, or why they slide in other girls' DMs and stuff like that, it's just because they're not getting enough attention from the one they really want attention from. And the reason why that person can't give them that much attention is because
they shouldn't be dating, period. And he shouldn't be maintaining that relationship. It's not a relationship. But y'all can't see each other. It's not a relationship.
But the problem is, let's be real, it's getting harder and harder to find women. Back in the 50s and 40s, at this age, being in my mid 30s, I would be able to find hella women without kids.
You would be married by now,
Yeah, or
sweetheart.
be married. But the
You
point
wouldn't be
is,
out here
but point
fucking all
is,
the bitches in the world
yeah, but
looking
the
for
statistics
unicorn
show.
bitches.
Listen, the
You would have
statistics
married
show.
the first or
Anyway,
second bitch
anyway,
you fucked.
this is gonna get a back and forth thing. My whole point is, there wasn't a lot of pregnant, single mothers out there. There wasn't a lot of single mothers back then, as there is now. Now single mothers have overtaken single women without kids. That's a fact. I don't
At
give
a
a fuck.
certain age too, but
Yeah.
you have to maintain
No, but
a
listen.
certain age.
No, it's not even. It's getting and
Was
the
you
goalpost
dealing
is
with the
getting
same
younger.
shit when you were in your 20s?
Yeah, absolutely.
That you were dating all these bitches with kids?
With kids, absolutely, in their 20s.
I can't.
And now
to
it's
that.
getting less and less. You're not that far. You're not that far off from me. You're actually younger from me. So I know you seen a whole bunch of teen moms in your school. You didn't see a whole bunch of teen moms in your high school.
There was a couple.
All right then, a couple still a lot. And that's probably only the ones
but
you
at
know.
the same time, like I will say, like, you're also gonna be aware of certain things if you're like around certain crowds.
But that's what I'm saying. But
None
the
of my
fact,
friends were
yeah.
pregnant.
So you was a geek. So yeah, all right. You was a geek, but so you didn't know that many, but you knew some.
Yeah.
All right, that's still some too many.
Yeah.
My point is just like you gotta run into a woman with kids. You gotta date somebody with kids. Same thing with a guy. You gotta run into the chances of a guy not having kids is going to be very slim nowadays. But with women is even slimmer. You just you roll the dice. She got a kid. She got a kid. She got a kid.
I just don't understand how bitches are getting pregnant.
She got a kid.
We gotta talk about that one day.
She don't got a kid, but that's because she can't have kids. She can't have a kid.
Oh my god, he over here rolling invisible dice, guys.
No, I'm telling yo, because that's how it really be. I'm talking to her. She got a kid. Roll it again. She's got a kid. Roll it again.
God.
She doesn't have a kid, but that's because she don't got ovaries. Let's roll it again.
Oh my god.
She got kids. She got kids. Oh shit, this one
I
don't got kids.
Ovaries. I don't got no kids.
Oh shit, she don't got no kids. Crazy as hell. Roll it again. I don't know Nique personally, but if she don't got no kids, just dealing with this minute that I'm dealing with here is not a surprise.
Wow.
Not a surprise.
Nah.
But
I'm just Caribbean. My parents would have killed me if I got fucking.
So you never got pregnant before.
Nah.
Crazy as hell then.
Listen, I think it's also the family dynamics, yo.
Yeah.
Literally, like, that's unacceptable in my family.
Yeah.
I knew. But also, like, my family were immigrants.
Anyway,
so at the time that bitches were getting pregnant.
We about to make this a teen mom shit. This is not teen mom.
I'm not making it anything. I was just telling you that I don't have kids because that was just like unacceptable.
You unicorn. Nobody gives a fuck.
Damn. You try to make it into something.
Have you obviously you dated dudes with kids, right?
I've dated maybe 2 guys who had children.
Mm.
But I feel like men, I can't speak for relationships with women, but I feel like men are less inclined to have you like meet their children early in the relationship. I feel like it takes a long time before they're like at that stage with you.
It's not just that, but it's also because they go to deal with mad shit with the baby mom.
Probably.
So they gotta make sure you go be around.
Yeah, probably.
Because if you ain't gonna be around and shit, then it's just gonna be worse for him. Now I'm just telling you from a guy's perspective, like when it just for me to even mention or talk about my daughter, because my daughter's a touchy subject with me to begin with. I gotta know you gotta be around. But it's a lot of headaches that comes with on the guy side. So we just like to make sure the female is just going to be around when it comes to that. And it's not really for the child's safety. We don't fear for the child's safety like the way women do. We just know it's going to come with a headaches one way or the other.
I could see that.
So we just rather just want to wait until make sure that shorty gonna be around. All right, this shorty. All right, so now I could bring the kids around. Now you do got duck ass motherfuckers that use their kids, as a way
to hit on girls.
Yeah, as a way to hit on girls and shit.
or
This
pretend to
not
be
that.
fathers of the year
That'll be another episode.
to
This is
lure you in.
yeah. That'll be another episode. This is strictly on just how it's like from a man and a woman's point of view on dating somebody with kids, and from like my point of view on it, it's just it's difficult. It's a pain in the
I
ass,
would
and it's just
say
something.
in my experience though, and like when I date men with children, and then become like part of whatever drama they got going on with the baby moms or the relationship they have with their children. I don't know if that happens in a relationship with women who have children. Do you feel like they just like telling you their family drama, or like you become sort of like a therapist or like an advisor or like how to handle certain things with their kids or something like that? Does that happen to men in relationships with women have children? Because I feel like that was my experience with
It
like
really
men who have
depends.
children.
It really depends on like the woman and the dynamic of the situation. Like if the nigga's never been there, if the father has never been there, right?
Mm.
Then like it's actually harder because if now like I have to watch these kids' feelings, and then I have to see what level of this chick I'm really trying to mess with. Because sometimes I just be want to fuck. This is going to be straight up. I don't want to meet no kids
Mm.
because I don't want the kid. I already know eventually I'm gonna go ghost. And I don't want.
Do women try to like introduce their kids to like what's too early to start meeting the kids?
Man, for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the unless you. I feel like unless we in a relationship, like I'm your girl, you're my, you know.
You're my girl.
I mean,
yo, what you smoking today?
this Za, man, this shit got me fucked up. Anyway,
I was like, that's
yo,
and I must be getting like contact from it because at first I didn't
you
realize
definitely get contact. 'Cause you
why it
coming
was wrong.
crazy. You coming crazy. But we're not even gonna get into that shit.
Oh man.
Anyway, the point being, what the fuck was I saying, man? I gotta put this weed down. This shit. I gotta finish this show. Man. This shit fucking me up.
Put it over here.
You don't even know.
I do know. Because I was asking you, at what point is it like too soon to introduce?
Yeah.
The kids?
All
And you
right,
said
yeah.
if
If we're not in a relationship, an actual relationship, meaning you have passed, you are now allowed to post me on social media.
oh, so it's a year.
Yeah.
That was your rule last time. Look at you, you done forgot.
No, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. That's my whole point.
Okay, a year.
I feel like now, obviously, it's not gonna happen. If she can't find a babysitter or sometimes, or she feels comfortable. But me personally, the way I've usually told these women is just like, I don't really, if you can avoid it, because I don't want the kid to get hurt. Just don't want the kid to get hurt. It ain't about the woman. I don't like the kids getting hurt. You know how many
met
kids?
children early in the
Man,
relationship?
I met children a lot early, and it winds up being damaging for both of us, me and the kids, because it's just like I get mad fly with these kids, and I'm just like, damn, and it's just like I can't even like. There'd be sometimes I be wanting to check on certain kids that I like really really got close, that really saw me as a father figure, and I really saw them as like one of mine, and just like, especially for me personally, because my daughter's very far from me right now, and things are not good, and even when it was, it's just hard, so I don't to have a kid just like gravitate to you, even when you're not even trying to make them gravitate to you. You just like, as a man, it just does something to you. Like, you just feel like you gotta step up, even if you don't want to. You just feel like damn, like this little motherfucker really looking up to me. Like, now you got, like, it makes you want to move. At least for a real man. If you're a real man, y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't be trying to be a part of that kid's life, but that kid just wants somebody, just some man there to just be some type of consistent in his life. It's just hard, and it does something to you mentally. You just like, damn, I want to try to be there. There's a couple of relationships that lasted a month or two longer because of the kid.
Mm.
Because I just was like, damn, like this one little girl I got so fly with that like I really like I've been wanting to leave the mother, but I was just like, damn, like, I just know once I leave, that kid's gonna like it's gonna destroy that kid. And so I'm just like trying to wait it out. And when it happened, like for a while, that shit really fucked me up because I was just
I
like,
feel like, but you're in the minority. I feel like I don't feel like that's a
nah,
majority. Is it?
nah, man. See, that's the thing. A lot of women just don't understand, man. Just don't talk about this type of shit. That's why this is the whole point of the show and why I bring this certain type of point of view. You know how many men I've talked to that've cried in prison, that cried in the streets,
Mm.
dudes you wouldn't even think. And dudes that wind up, I hate to say it like this, wind up loving those kids more than their own.
That's unfortunate. I don't
That's some
know.
fucked
That's
up
right.
shit. I'm not saying it's right. It's real fucked up. But my point is, it's just that like a lot of men get really attached to these kids, and then when they break up with these women and shit, it later on it hits them just how close they got and how attached they got to those kids, and it's like damn, I just don't lose, I just don't lose her. I'm losing a whole family, and it's just like that's why a lot of men, especially men like me, we like try to fine line on how we get attached. It comes off being cold hearted and not being compassionate. But really, the reason why we act like that is a self defense mechanism. Because if we be how we really want to be, and then you decide that's it, it's gone. And there's no visitation rights. There's no unless you sign paperwork and go through the steps of making that kid legally yours, which 90% of men ain't doing,
Mm.
or can't or get the chance to do.
Mm.
Then then there's no obligation for that kid to see you anymore. There's no obligation for her to give you
Try.
visitation right or even try, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and if a man tries too hard, we winds up looking like a creep.
Mm.
Cause like why do you care so much about kids that ain't even yours? You get what I'm saying?
I knew
So
somebody who, like, to this day, still has a relationship with a child that isn't his at all from, like, a previous relationship. Like, he was in a long-term relationship with her and basically saw this little girl, like, grow up. And then they just, like, broke it off. They, like, broke up or whatever. And he's in a whole other relationship for years now. He's engaged to that woman. But still has, like, a relationship with that little girl. Legit.
I don't mean to laugh. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't. And there's
You
been
can't,
a lot of kids. There's been a lot of kids that
You can't, Loso?
I did. I forgot. I did.
I was like, you definitely
Never mind. I take that shit back.
are one of those people
Somebody
you
gonna kick my ass for saying that.
But I think it's different.
Now
when,
you know
like,
why?
You watch a child grow up and that child only knows you.
Yeah.
And usually, like, in that scenario, when that child has no father,
yeah,
and you
I take
spend
it back.
the most time with them, most women will still allow that kid to see you, whether they're with you or not.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about my friend, right?
Yeah.
And that's literally what it is. He's just, like, literally a father figure. And then this woman that he's with now, right? She has a child. The father of her child had died, right? And so he also saw this other child, but they're, like, together, right? But she didn't have any feelings. Like, when she entered in a relationship with him, she didn't feel some type of way. Maybe it's because she had her own child. Didn't feel some type of way about him still, like, having a relationship with a child that, like, literally has no connection to. It's not his kid.
I mean, yeah, bravo for her, but I wouldn't be mad if a woman felt some type of way, though. Because at the end of the day, I think I would feel some type of way if if a female was taking care of another nigga's kid that wasn't his kid, that wasn't her kid. I don't give a fuck if.
I feel like it would matter to me as a woman, and I can only speak for myself because I don't know too many women in this scenario. But I feel like it would matter to me if we then have a child and you were, like, giving attention. I feel like I would start feeling some type of way if we have a child and you're like, I have to divide your time with my child, right, in our relationship, with your time with this child that ain't even yours. That's where I would feel some type of way.
I don't know. I seen a weird. I was in a weird situation with a chick one time where like she would go and like babysit her ex's kid that wasn't even hers and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was stopping me from fucking her one day. And then that's when I was like,
Done.
little nigga gotta go. I hate to say it like that, but I was just like, yo, that motherfucker's not even your kid. Like I broke up with her and everything.
Right, but that's my
I was
point,
like-
right? It starts to become annoying when it interferes something that you got. Because I
Exactly.
feel like, it sounds fucked up, but I feel like I would feel some type of way if, like, every Christmas you buy that child a gift.
But that's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, that could have been one more gift for my child.
That shit
that I
sounds
have
all
with you.
good. That shit's all good until it fucks up something that you want going on.
Exactly. And
or
I'm
let's
gonna
say,
keep it a buck.
let's say-
I feel like I
let's
would
say-
feel some type of way.
Let's say you fly and everything, right? With the whole situation. Now you put a trip for Cancun, right? But he can't go because he got to babysit his daughter. That's not even his, right? Now you can't have your dick.
Nah,
in
I feel like
Cancun.
everybody would be upset. But
But I'm just
I
saying-
want to hear what people have to say. Y'all should comment below. Like, would
But
you
that's
be
why
upset?
but that's what I'm saying though. Like that's why I don't like about the aspect of a woman taking care of somebody else's kid. Because now I'm just like, not damn. Like now that shit stopping me. It's bad enough. Like as a guy, we gotta deal with that already with your own kids. That's not mine. When we're trying to like, cuddle up or watch something, this little motherfucker comes running through. Zoom, zoom. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a quick story about the ultimate cock blocker. This little devil of a motherfucker really had it in, really stop me from fucking his mom. And y'all think I'm about to be bugging, but we're gonna go into story time, and I'm gonna tell you about the most cock blocking kid I've ever seen in my whole damn life. These little motherfuckers, they're getting smarter and smarter, I tell you. So I was dating this girl, right? Was really into her. And she's pretty much anything you can pretty much ask for me, what I would want in a female, with Loso, my so-called unicorn, would look for in a female. It would, she pretty much was it, right? Except for, obviously she having a kid. She only had one kid, not a big deal. Could deal with that, right? So I'm just like, we get serious. Next thing you know, at her place a lot. She's at my place. Obviously bringing this dude, right? So now, first couple of times, the kid was kind of quiet, a little energetic, but not, didn't give me no false alarms or nothing like that, right? And so, I'm just like, I'm cool with it. I'm like, all right, here, all right, motherfucker, right? So, that's before we actually chill. This was like little park meets or like, I think one time, like, we went to Six Flags and shit, but we didn't really have the whole experience. So now, fast forward, she's living with me and with the kid, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So,
How long of a relationship was that, Loso?
it was long. That's what I'm going to say. And this is
Okay.
when I was younger. But anyway, wasn't recently. This was not when I was younger. So, this kid, right, the first night, this kid slept in the room with us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, new house, little kid. I'm just thinking, whatever.
That he was just like...
He was scared and shit. Even though it pissed me off, I'm like, yo, you from the hood. Why you scared to go into a whole other room? like you should be all right, but whatever. So I'm just like, then I didn't let it roll off of me, right? So then, a week like that, this kid come into the bed. I'm like, yo, you got your own room. You don't need to be in the room. Nah, it's dark in there. I don't like it. Bought night light. Did some witchcraft in it to get the ghosts out. Little motherfucker still ain't trying to go in the room. Sun's up. Sun's up. I don't like it.
Thumbs up.
I was like, yo, that room was dope as hell. Any kid his age would have loved to be in that room.
Right. Did
Sun's
he have
up.
a room where he was at?
Huh?
He had his own room where he was at before?
Yeah.
Okay.
And wasn't as dope as the way I pimped that shit out for him. So I'm just like, sun's up. But I'm not thinking. I'm young.
Maybe
you feel
he
me?
was thinking something's up. This nigga put too much effort in this motherfucking room.
So anyway, probably. So no, I know this nigga knew. Did, I'm just gonna. He was team his dad to
Mm,
the fullest,
right.
to the fullest, and I
As
need to
he should.
explain that. Yeah, as he should, but to the fullest,
Yeah.
like to the point where I think this dude was being conditioned to do certain shit.
Mm.
So one day he comes to sit next to me, and so before I say this, this happened when I was in Jersey. Jersey people talk different. So for Hispanics, particularly Puerto Ricans, the slang there for the people in the hood, whether they black, Spanish, they call Puerto Ricans poppies,
Mhm.
poppies and mommies, right?
Mhm.
This is very important. You need to know this, right? Because this kid wasn't Spanish. He comes to sit next to me, right? Looks right at me, and he goes, "If you think I'm gonna have a poppy as a stepdad, you bugging."
Ah.
So I'm looking at this little motherfucker, right?
Ah.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, did she just hear that? So he's looking at me. Now he was a whole 6 years old.
Mm.
Smart little 6-year-old motherfucker. Y'all not gonna believe me. He really said all that, right? Like, he's looking at me, kicking his little feet and shit, sitting next to me. And I'm like, all I do is just smile at him and laugh. And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be nobody's dad. That's just so you know. So he looks up at me and he's like, you better.
Ah.
And I'm like, all right. And then he looks at me again. He's like, just so you know, you're not kissing my mom. I'm sleeping in the bed every night.
Oh my God.
And so I looked at him and I'm like, oh, word? All right, we'll see about that. And he's like, you want to bet me? I'm like, yo, this is
It's a grown ass man.
yeah. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to bet you, man, little man. I was like, listen, you got that. You got that. I'm not gonna argue with you. So he looks at me and so he walks away. So he comes back with a bag of Cheetos, tells me to open it for him. So I opened it.
Peasant. He trying to show you who run shit around there.
Yeah.
You open
So
the
this
fucking
is-
bag like
Yo.
a loser. You shouldn't have opened it for him.
So now, but listen, so I open the bag, right? So he takes the bag, eats one Cheetos and looks at me. And he's just like, I don't want a brother or sister. Especially not from no poppy ass nigga. And then runs away and starts laughing.
Oh my God. I told you he made you open that bag just so he could show you who was boss.
So
He didn't even want the fucking chips.
So I left like, I'm like literally stuck, right? I'm like, yo, this little motherfuckers. And I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna handle this shit. So I'm talking to my man, right? And so my man's like, yo, just get that little motherfucker some NyQuil. Knock him smooth out and then put him into the bedroom and shit. So I'm just like, yeah, but my chick ain't gonna be with it. I was like, you just gotta do it, behind her back and shit where she not knowing.
Oh my God.
And so I was running out of, situations, man. It's though every time we would go, I would go sit on the couch with her. He would want to come in the middle, and she just kept saying, "Just give it a month. He'll he'll stop it. He just really loves his dad and wants me to be with his dad. Blah blah blah." This whole fucking time, I'm just like, but yo,
So she's well
I'm not like,
aware that this is happening intentionally.
yeah. So that's the fucked up thing. One. Fucked up thing two is that this bitch really think I'm gonna wait a whole month for some pussy. I'm like, yo, you out your fucking mind if you think I'm waiting.
Especially if you living in the house with
That's
her.
what I'm saying. So I'm just like, yo, you bugging.
Especially.
I'm like, yo, you bugging. I'm like, yo, you bugging a month? Hell no. Something's gonna have to give, or this relationship go get over.
Right, like
And
that
I
ain't
was
your
like,
kid.
And I'm like, yeah, and that's exactly what I said. I was like, yo, that ain't my fucking kid. And I'm like, yo, and if you think I'm gonna wait a whole month for some pussy, I was like, cause you can't get your affairs in order, you bugging. I don't give a fuck if she wasn't living with me. I ain't waiting no fucking month. You know how many females I curve for stupid shit like that? I won't even wait more than 2 weeks. You can't get you shouldn't be dating, boo boo. Bye. I'm gonna get somebody that can figure this shit out. Anyway, so I buy the NyQuil, right? So now, mind you, wasn't, especially at that age, then I don't read instructions. But back then I didn't even read labels. I just see NyQuil, boom, get it. So I didn't get the one that puts him to sleep.
Oh,
Get the
you got
one.
Dayquil.
No, I got NyQuil, but there's certain shit, right? That it didn't have the alcohol.
The antihistamines.
Yeah, that shit. So it was one of those that didn't have that, right?
Oh, non-drowsy NyQuil.
Yeah, there
Ah.
we go. So when I realized that, because the motherfucker was still running around and shit, jumping on the bed, I'm like, damn, it's like should have been getting. I get him two things. You wasn't supposed to give him two things. I gave him two things. It's like it's still motherfucking still not going out.
Yo, that shit would have worked. Just got the right shit.
And so oh, by the way, the way I got him to get it the first time was that I was coughing a lot, right? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give you NyQuil so you don't get sick, cause I'm sick and everything. I don't want to get you sick. And so he was with it. He was like, yeah, I don't want to get sick. Thank God he was one of them kids. He was like, I don't want to get sick. Give it to me, Poppy. And I'm like, all right, here. So he down in it like he a whole grown man and shit. So I'm just like, all right. So it didn't work. So the next day make sure I buy the drowsy shit, right? I'm like, yo, this time I'm knocking this nigga out, putting him in the bed and shit. So I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, you getting R&B fucked tonight, girl. I'm letting you know. He go to sleep. He go to sleep in his own room. She looking at me like, that nigga not going to sleep in his own room. But good luck. I'm telling you, he go to sleep in his own room and shit. So I try to give him the NyQuil. Now he's like, you ain't sick. I'm not taking that. So I'm like, yo, I'll give you $5 right now if you drink it. And he's like, why you what? It's like this little motherfucker was smart as hell for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, why you robbing me?
Yeah. So
so
he looking up at me and he's just like, why you gonna give me $5 to take this? And he's just like, because I may not look sick, but I'm still sick. And I need you to drink this. And so he's just like, okay. So he takes it. And he's like, like, this is even nastier. So I give him another one.
Oh my God. Pretty sure you don't supposed to give a kid one of those.
Just to make sure, right? I was like, yo, I'm over here telling on myself right now. Thank God he's of age, I think, right? He should be of age now. He can't sue me. Anyway, whatever.
Oh yeah, cause he's gonna come after you now.
Motherfucker probably big as hell. Yeah. But so he's passed out. Like he's literally slumped and shit. I pick him up, put him in the bed, boom. He's done. That was after I think like 40 minutes and shit. That he was just gone. And I'm like, he's snoring, he's good. I'm like, all right, he ain't dead. Boom.
Oh my God.
Blanket on him. Take a shower, boom, boom, boom. Start getting the slow jams ready. Let's go. She's all surprised. We do the damn thing finally. Everything was great. I wake up, go check on him. She's still knocked out. Go back to bed, wake up. This nigga staring at me. And he was like, you did something.
Oh my God.
And so I looked at him. And so I'm like, yo, come here. I'm like, come over here. So I'm going to tell mom. I'm like, come here. And shit. So he coming. So I take him to the room. I'm like, yo, I've never done this before. So like, I don't know how I'm gonna start this off. So he's looking at me. I close the door. I look at him. I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I was like, I'm getting tired of your shit.
Oh my God.
I was like, I don't give a fuck you tell your punk ass dad. I was like, I know you and him are in cahoots. And he's like, what's cahoots? I was like, what does that mean? I was like, that means when two people are teaming up to go against somebody else. That's what cahoots mean. And you and him are in cahoots. And why are you trying to team up on me? I'm not trying to be your dad. I'm not trying to replace nobody. Can we be cool? Because if we can't be cool, then we got to fight right now and get this shit out of our system. I know I'm telling the 6-year-old that y'all bugging and everything, but you don't understand. I was only like 21 years old, I think, and shit. And I was getting tired of this little motherfucking shit. I was really ready to scrap with this little nigga, man. I was just like, yo. I'm like, bro, like, you need to chill out. So he looking at me. And he's like, nah, I really do. I was like, I get what you're saying. And
he gonna tell on you.
So listen. So he looked like he was calm and shit. So I'm like, Dad, that's it, little man. I was like, listen, we can work something out. That's your mom. I'm not trying to take no time from you, away from you. I was like, but we need to work out some type of schedule because, I need some time with your mom too. That's your mom, but that's also my woman. Like, I came on some G shit with a 6-year-old like that.
After
on the
you threatened him.
negotiating. You
After
damn
you
right.
threatened him.
You damn right.
Then you wanted to negotiate.
I'm American. That's how we do it.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Well, first of all, he threw the first strike to begin with. None of this shit would have happened had he just acted correctly to begin with. I don't care how old he is, nigga. Like, shit. The fuck, man? Couldn't get no pussy because of that shit. So anyway.
All right, so you negotiated.
So we negotiated. We even shook on it, man. We shook on this shit. And I opened the door for him. He goes, runs, mine, runs. I was like, this stupid ass poppy nigga was gonna beat me up.
Oh,
and it's like, she wakes up like, what? I was like, yeah, he threatened to beat me up. Mom, I'm telling you, he threatened to beat. Call dad. I was like, I want to see dad fuck him up. And I was just like, he's running his mouth and shit. So I'm just standing there. And she's like, yo, what you told him? And I'm just like, yo, bro, you told, bro. That's all can come out my mouth. Yo, I can't.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yo, you dead ass told on me. I'm like, that's crazy. I thought I done gave you money after we shook, bro. I was like, you still gonna tell? So I was like, yo, we shook and everything. And he's like, I'm 6 years old. And he went like this. I'm like, man. So I threw the pillow so hard, right? I didn't realize how hard I threw this pillow that he literally flew against the wall.
Oh my God.
So she comes like, after me. Like she just jumps on me. And I'm just like, yo, she came so fast. That's why I believe that mom string shit. Cause she came on some bionic shit. Like she was from like across the hall and she came right up on, jumped on me. I fell on my back. And she's like, yo, I was like, don't be throwing shit at my son. And she's like trying to choke on me, smacking on me. This little motherfucker comes with the same pillow I threw at her. Starts smacking me with the pillow.
Oh my God, you got jumped in your whole house. That shit crazy.
Yo, so I'm over there, right? And I'm letting this shit go. Now, mind you, I could have been stopped this shit, right? But I'm just like, I didn't want to create any more damage. So I'm just telling her, yo, get off me, get off. I already know me. The water is boiling. And so I'm trying to tell her to get off me before I really lose control. And then I'm just getting everybody off me and shit. So this little motherfucker goes from pillow. So now he's doing whole closed fists on me. Like with some real hatred. I see real hatred in that little motherfucker's eyes while he's punching me. I'm like, yo, I'm getting my whole...
you did threaten him, and then hit him with a pillow.
Again, this little motherfucker started this whole beef. This shit would have never happened. So now this beef has gotten to the point where like I feel like he's trying to draw blood off of me. Yo, so I just started screaming like, and so I get everybody off of me and shit. And I'm just like, yo, get out of my house and everything. Like, I'm done dealing with this shit. Like, this relationship's over, blah, blah, blah. It was a big breakup, everything. So the motherfucker got what he wanted. He literally got what he wanted. And all I could think of was like, damn, I dealt like almost a whole month dealing with that shit. It was like him screaming. Like I'm telling you, every time this thing would scream about the littlest shit, man. It's like, and it always felt like as soon as we was about to do something alone, is when he started crying. I want daddy. I want to go back to our old house. And I'm just like, this little, yo.
See, where you went wrong is you should have played the role that most women would have played, which was to make him feel guilty. You're supposed to make him feel guilty and be responsible for his mother's unhappiness. Not that I should be coaching you on this bullshit.
Nah, I don't like playing any mind games with any kids, period. Like, I don't want to play no mind games.
Because drugging him, threatening his life, and bribing him.
That wasn't no mind games, though. That was some straight. It was called negotiations. That was some straight up negotiations with another person.
After the fact.
Well, again,
everything else was
none of this stuff would have happened had it not been for the fact he threw the first shot. So at the end of the day, you throw the first shot.
You're liable to get anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So then it was on after that.
Whether you 6 or not, nigga.
6 all the way to 60. Anybody can get it, man. It's just I don't start the shit. If you start it, I'm gonna finish it. I don't give a fuck what age you are.
It won't be nothing.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. We could have had. We could have all been. We all could have been. Yo, we all could have been kumbaya and still and shit. But nah, right? You want to be a little cock
How long was
blocker.
you with that girl before y'all moved in?
About a year.
Oh, okay.
About a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a year with her.
You
She
just
was one of my
wasn't.
serious.
You weren't interacting with the kid before that.
Nah,
Ah.
I was a little scumbag. I was out like I had like 3 relationships going on at the time simultaneously. So I was definitely trying not to see no
He
kid.
probably saw that
And
shit
then
in you. He was like,
nah,
this
and
ain't
then
going, mom.
and then he probably did. Listen, whatever
This
he
man
did
is a
at that age,
scumbag.
listen, at that age he did what he was supposed to do. I'm not hating on him. In hindsight, I'm not hating on him. You get what I'm saying?
Now that you know you.
Yeah. Like now that I know me and like how I was back then,
I deserved it.
I deserved it, you know. But at that time, I didn't think I deserved it, and so therefore, I just looked at him as some little
He
cock
the
blocking
enemy.
ass, yeah, as some little cock blocking ass motherfucker that was doing the most. I mean, he was doing the most. He made this motherfucker refuse to take naps on when he knew I was coming back to the crib and shit because he had to be up to make sure that he was always in the middle of me and his mom.
Mm.
If she was in the kitchen, I go in the kitchen. This little motherfucker could be outside playing. He'll come running in and come in the kitchen and just be like, "Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I want water. I want this and want that." Like little shit. This little motherfucker's doing it on purpose type shit. And I was dealing with that every fucking day. And at that age, being that young, I'm like, yo, why the fuck do I gotta deal with this shit? I'm not dealing with this shit. This little cock blocking ass motherfucker. Like, so I didn't deal with it. After that whole little situation, she wanted to get back. She wanted to try, but I'm like, nah, I'm not beat. I'm gonna find somebody without a kid. I was young at that time, so I was just like, I'm not gonna deal with that shit no more. And you know, there was other situations and scenarios where like,
The situation scenarios with the 3 other women.
no. This is like later down the road where like, I've left women for having their kids being too bad.
Mm.
Like
This is recently.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're like a whole dad now.
Like I feel like if you don't have some type of control over your kids, I mean, you don't have to have the best, but if like I can't even take you out somewhere because the kids like fucking up my car or like they don't know how to act in public, I'm not with none of that shit.
Mm.
Like, I had this girl who thought it was all right for a kid. Like, I bought her, the car was brand new. I like told nobody not to eat in my car. It's like, oh, kids was hungry. He could wait until he gets home to you because there's fries everywhere. I just like this is brand new shit.
I don't know, and kids be making cars messy as hell.
Yeah,
I feel you on that.
So listen.
Especially when
so she was
kids.
mad. So the bitch was mad at me, right? Because I won't let her kid eat. And so she's just like, oh, that's insensitive. And she's telling the kid, go ahead, you can eat. I'm like, nah, you can't eat. And so she's like, nah, go ahead. My kid can eat. My kid's not going to go hungry because of your stupid ass car.
You and your kid can walk.
So listen, nah, I was almost there, but it was too cold. Had it been the summertime, I would have kicked her and that fucking kid out my car. But that was the only reason why her ass didn't get to walk home that day. And I let her know that shit. I dropped her off, and she had her own whip, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Mm-hmm. But I drop her off, and I tell her, I'm like, yo, the only reason I didn't leave your ass right there after you said that dumb shit is because this is the last time I'm dropping you off anywhere. And I was like, you lucky, because if this was the summertime, I would have just let your ass fucking walk. But I'm not letting you and that little ass bastard, I said it just like that, die in the fucking cold and shit. So I dropped you off. But you can keep you and this little motherfucker. Like, fuck you. Or like, over a car. It's like, nah. It's over respect. It was over respect. And I was like, and that's something she just didn't get. I told you, this is a fucking car. Like, I cleaned it.
Feed your kid before.
Yeah. Feed it before or wait until they get home. But if you gonna be like, oh, I don't give a fuck that like my kid hungry, he gonna eat. Da, da, da. All right, fuck you. This relation before a relationship even begins is over because that's just some disrespectful shit. But
how long before you met her child?
This was too short. This was a situation. We was going somewhere. She had to pick the nigga up because the baby dad like didn't want to watch him no more. Those type of scenarios. So it was like an emergency pickup type thing. Now I get that the kid didn't eat, but again, this is a brand new car, and I said, yo, he can't eat nothing in the car. And still, I was like, yo, I don't even let my own daughter eat in this fucking car. You get what I'm saying? Why the fuck I'm gonna let your kid? I said just like that, eat in the car. Fuck out of here. And she still did it. She was a bold bitch. She still did it. So I'm like, all right. That's when I get quiet. I'm like, bet. I'm like, you think you got that off? Never heard from me ever again.
Mm.
Still talk shit about me to this very day to her friends and shit. I ain't shit. She don't ever tell the whole story about how it was simply I ain't want motherfucker to eat in my car. And I still found French fries. She swore that she was gonna watch. I still found French fries on the floor and everything.
They
And I'm
just
just
be
like,
messing up cars though.
yeah. But I'm just like, you know what, fuck. I was like, no. All I thought in my head was like, yo, no pussy is worth this type of headache. And this is why I'm just like, when it comes to women and kids, I'm very picky and choosy. I don't give a fuck. I leave like this. I'm not, because I feel like if you don't got a handle on certain shit, I'm not even gonna waste my fucking time. I'm not. Cause I just know eventually I'm gonna leave you, cheat on you. Just know eventually what's gonna happen. I'm at that age where I'm just
Mm.
know that I could just look at a relationship and know it's gonna fail, and know how it's gonna feel, because I just know me, and I know my level of tolerance for certain shit.
That sounds like too much drama for me.
Yeah, that's why. But it's like
The people that
men
I've
deal with that.
dated that had children were like divorced.
Yeah, but most women, what they gotta deal with when it comes to drama is a crazy baby mom, and
Mm.
that's very rare. It happens, but that's it. But for a guy, there's so much more shit they gotta deal with, and I hadn't even gotten into the whole baby dad aspect yet.
Mm.
I ain't even touched that yet, and we're just gonna have to say that for a whole other episode and shit. But the point being is just like it's not really it's
Not
hard.
easy.
It's not easy. Women with kids have to be a little bit more understanding on that end.
And make sure that you can actually date
Yeah,
while having your kids. That I won't hold you on because I feel like some of what you just described was like someone who should like wants to be dating but is not set up to be dating and then being mad at the dude. It's just like regardless if you had children or not, like you should know whether or not you're prepared to date. Cuz you could not have a kid and have 3 jobs and know you don't have time to date and then like be mad that the dude wants to see you more and you're not making any time. Like you still have to put effort into relationship. At the beginning, at the middle, during the marriage, whatever. Like it all requires you to put some type of effort towards it.
and that's I'm glad that you said that. I just want to end on that. That's why I felt where I have a problem with a lot of women. I don't feel like women put enough effort on their end. I feel like we're supposed to put 1,000 on our end to deal with you having kids, deal with your schedule and everything, and then like you know, and y'all don't even give us the understanding that you recognizing that we're dealing with this. You just think we're just supposed to. Oh well, I come with kids, deal with it. Nah, that's not how it's supposed to work. You come with kids, we both have to deal with it. Not just me. You have
Mm.
to deal with it also. You have to show effort that you care about me. You have to make the time. You have to wrangle it up. Women need to stop saying or having that in their head that they come with kids and men have to deal with it. No,
Mm.
we both have to deal with it. And I mean women like that. I've always had great relationships with that. Understand that aspect. Never have a problem. The women that just think that they don't come with baggage and everything, don't even. I leave, or I've cheated on them and still leave or whatever, and just like because I never see them. I never see them, or I get treated like the last on the list of everything. Nobody wants to feel like that. Women don't want to feel like that. So what makes you think a man wants to feel like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this guy just don't want to balance it. Guys gotta know how to check your crazy baby moms. Gotta stop trying to you can't, because there's a lot of guys that I know that think that if they become renegades that they'll get the pussy faster or more often.
Mm.
And I don't like those guys either, because just they do a lot of damage to kids' heads,
Mm.
because they pretend to be the father of the year and all this, and when they finally either when the woman finally sick of their bullshit, or they go somewhere else, then those kids are destroyed in the process. you know I just hate like that. Or the guy who only pays attention to the kids where he's living at.
Mm.
Meaning, if he's with a woman and she's got kids, then that's only the kids he's the father to. He's not a father of his kids and shit because they're away. I don't like those people either. Just so y'all women know. Not on side of no man when it comes to this shit. I know they do.
You should
I know
be
that,
with a nigga who's like
yeah,
that.
I don't deal with, I don't agree with none of their fuck shit either, just so y'all know.
Right,
you know,
you could have a whole baby with him and y'all break up and he gonna be like that with you.
Exactly. So, and I don't get why women don't understand that. Because a lot of women let these niggas get them pregnant. And you should really see how a man acts with his own kids.
Yeah.
And like women, and someone, it'd be different with me. It'd be different. And that's why you be dumbass baby mom number 6 or number 7 and shit on the list. When you start thinking that mentality, bitch, your pussy is. I'm telling you, your pussy is not that special. Even the ones that are special still ain't special enough for that. I'm just telling y'all. So y'all really gotta get that shit out your mental and everything. And dudes really need to stop shooting just to shoot. And really start either deciding whether they're going to be the right kind of fathers or just not be ones at all. And so, with that being said, as always, we appreciate, all the support that we have gotten so far and all the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. For those that haven't subscribed but are still watching it, we ask you, please put the thumbs up, subscribe. It really helps out the show. And, I got to start seeing more because if y'all still want, more of this content, I gotta keep seeing the numbers keep going up. Because if not, I'm just gonna stop this shit. It's not gonna keep wasting my motherfucking time. But know y'all rocking with us. We're rocking with y'all. And we really appreciate everybody that has commented, that has given suggestions, that has donated. And we have a lot of things in the work. You've seen, last 2 episodes, was lit. We're going to have a lot of interviews down the pipeline from all over, up and down the East Coast to the South to the West. All that's, in the making, and all we need, y'all, is just keep rocking with us, keep subscribing, keep spreading them. Yeah, show some love. Even if you don't donate, if you hitting that like button, man, that shit's like a donation to me. If you're telling somebody, yo, listen to this podcast, I think you'll really like it, that's enough for me. Like, those little things, we really appreciate it. And, and the more people that watch it, the more we make, as you can see, we make it better and better and bigger for y'all. And shit, we want this to be a show where everybody feels welcome and everybody can just vibe and smoke with us. Because that's the point of the show. Vibe, smoke, maybe laugh, talk about things that people want to talk about but don't normally feel comfortable saying around people. I'll say it for you. We'll say it for you. We'll always bring the views for you. So whether you're listening to this on podcast or whether you're watching this on YouTube or on our Bluntz Tube channel, just know if you subscribe, you fam. Smoke like that blunt, laugh, come on Instagram, Twitter, talk your shit to us. Talk your shit about me. It's all right. Take it. It just lets us know you give a fuck. Lets you know you rocking with us. And we appreciate it. And like I said, we just started. This is only the beginning. Y'all be easy, be safe. And always remember, 10 toes down.